Alright guys, welcome aboard. Let me go ahead and get X-Plane on the video here. There we go. Alright. So we're going to do a flight from Phoenix to LAX. Take a look at some of the weather we've got going on over here. Got a cold front that just passed through, had some rain showers earlier today in LA, and now it's, well, scattered clouds, but really breezy. I think the observation over to LAX has got gusts up to like 33, so this should be an interesting flight. Let's get the plane fired up here and get on our way. Let's see what we got to do here. We'll get our beacon on, nav light on. Let's get all our electrical stuff on here. The autopilot can go off. And let's go ahead and set our flight plan here. So this is a previous flight I did from where was it? I think I went Vegas to LAX, but I'm going to do Phoenix to LAX this time around here. And I'm going to get the sound on for the sim there. Okay, PHX, and we are going to KLAX, and we're going to be departing runway 26, landing 25 left, and let's take a look. We go, departure here is going to be 26. We're going to be going to Keens 2, all the way over here. Not sure why I get these doubles. I'll get that sometime. And we're doing Mesa transition at LAX. Arrival is going to be at ILS 2, runway 25 left. And we're doing the Hollywood arrival. Let's see what that one looks like. I'm not sure if that's the one we want, but that's the one it's giving me on sim brief. With eastward transition. Let's take a look at the plan over here. And let's get back up to Phoenix and go over to plan. Yeah, so far looking good, looking good. All the way to LA. Alright, I mean that looks good. Super, perfect. Right, we'll get back up to the top, take the plan off, and let's get fired up over here. I think I have my door open, so everything else looks good here. Let's get the engines fired up. Get the door closed so it's not too loud. Fuel is good. Sound, we're going to leave it right there. Alright, so we got the flight plan entered. Let's go ahead and pick an altitude here. We're actually going to be going up to 26,000 feet. And then crank up our ESI to 2,500, and we want 180 on the speed here. Jump over to the GPS there. Transponder on altitude, your taxi light on, and it's kind of gusty over here too. Let's go ahead and just check the ATIS here in Phoenix.
Phoenix Sky Harbor INTL information Kilo 2000 Zulu weather. Wind 260 at 13 gust 22, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 22,000 few, 25,000 broken, temperature 31, dew point -2. Altimeter 2974. Arriving runways 25 right, 25 left, departing runways 26, 25 left. Advise on initial.
Alright, good enough. Let's get on out of here. You know what, I might as well bring up, close all these. This is from my prior flight, like I said. Let's bring up Phoenix a look at our taxi chart here. Come on, airport info. So we're going to be going all the way to the end over here. So left turn out of here, all the way along Alpha to the end of the runway. Good. Alright, brakes off. We are in the nowhere land here on the ramp. We're at the GA section, which I almost never start out over here. I usually always start out at the Air National Guard ramp, excuse me, on the south side of the airport. Because usually when I do flights in and out of Phoenix, usually testing an airplane or something. And if you saw my prior video, I am running Xvision. Picked that up the other day, so we're enjoying a shading, whatever you want to call it, solution. And I think when I did the other video, I said I was using the standard one that comes with Xvision, which was the enhanced, I think it's called. And I did use that, but I didn't mention it in the video. I forgot to mention that. And what I'm actually flying in that prior video on this one is a solution created by somebody and posted on the X-Plane forums, and I'll put a link to that if you're interested. It's heck is it? I forgot what it was called. Maybe it was called Enhanced. I can't remember. But either way, that I'm using a different solution that's sort of hyper-realistic looking. We'll see what the clouds look like here. We're running real time. Let's bring this down here so we can keep an eye on our taxi route. And you can see our winds gusty down here, 17, 18 knots, 20 something knots there. Should be an interesting departure and arrival. Might be a little bumpy here. Clouds are looking nice. So we get rid of that. Alright, let's go flaps for takeoff. Get our trim tab up a little bit here. And make sure our cabin air is on, oxygen's on auto. And everything else looks good here. Stay on the taxiway. We got clouds updating there. It's cloudy in Phoenix here. You see some sun out in the distance on some of the hills. We'll see what it looks like when we get off the ground. Back here, and I think we are all set. Lights, camera, action. Now we just got to put the landing lights on when we get to the runway. As a matter of fact, this is pretty long. I think we're going to take off right here at Alpha 8 over here. We don't need all that runway, especially with the 15 knot headwind. This thing's probably going to take off in like a couple hundred feet. Alright, so we'll go landing light on. There's Alpha 8 right here. That should give us plenty of runway to depart. Bringing the power up, get ourselves on the center line. Okay, climb power or takeoff power set. airspeed is alive and coming up nicely. Here's 90. Let's go ahead and rotate. Positive rate, gear up. It's bumpy. Turn the volume down just a little bit. Oh, look at that. It's definitely a bumpy ride here. All right, let's go ahead and turn down the exterior sound, or interior sound, sorry. Get the yaw dampener on. If I can click on it, bounce around the cockpit here. Autopilot on. Let's go ahead and hit nav. And flaps coming up. And I'm going to hit indicated airspeed at this time. Wow, look at that. Yeah, really enjoying Xvision. This is just looking off our nose here. Take a look at downtown right there. Let's see if we can catch it out the side window. Alright, coming up to our airspeed. For 180 here, we'll see how the plane does. Alright, landing lights off, taxi lights off. I don't think we ever turned our strobes on, so we'll put those on. Bumpy departure, and it, like I said, it should be pretty interesting arrival into LAX too. Turn down that sound a little bit. Looking gorgeous. Let's do a flyby. Sipping my tea here as we depart. Look at that, looks fantastic. Love it. Looks like it's starting to smooth out on us here a little bit. Let's go ahead and increase our airspeed up to 230. There we go. Get out of that low level chop. Alright, let me see if I can bring up some tunes here. Sorry about that. I didn't have my player up to start out with, so it came up a little loud. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, look at that. Definitely think that Xvision is worth the £17.99 or euros, I guess it is. I don't know. Looking gorgeous. And And like I said, the solution I'm using, I will post in the description. Taking a look on my other screen here just to make sure. It's called the Extreme Real version 3.2. Extreme Real. Not sure who did it, but kudos. Very nice. I mean, if that doesn't look real, I don't know what does. Still getting a little shadowing effect. If you look at the mountain right here as I move around, see that lining? It's not as bad as what I would get with Ultra Weather XP, which, by the way, if you didn't see the other video, I basically just removed Ultra Weather XP to try Xvision instead. And I had them both running, but it's getting all sorts of weird effects and things happening, so I just decided let's just, you know, do one at a time. And I'm enjoying Xvision here. Definitely just without anything else other than the you know, FS Global World Weather Injector. That's just injecting the weather into X-Plane, but everything else is being handled by X-Plane and Xvision. Alright, let's take a look in here. We should be speeding up. Let's get up to 250 for the remainder of the climb. Alright, we can clean up our AviTab here. Get rid of Phoenix. Let's go ahead and punch up LAX. And let's see, what was our arrival again? Hollywood 1. So pretty straightforward. We had the Eastwood, Capital, Honda, Alter, or I don't know. I'm just McQueen. Looking at some of the arrivals here, arrival names. Clint Eastwood, Gavel. Not sure who that would be. Fonda, obviously all of the Fondas. McQueen, Steve McQueen, and we got Paul Newman, Charlie Chapman, Mulder. I don't know who that would be. Monroe. Maybe I'm reading this one wrong, but we got Marilyn Monroe there. And we got Hollywood, Rune, Avatar, Day, What Up, and Nile, and Seaview. Interesting. Alright. Keep that up, and then come back here. We'll pull up our ILS. So our approach was ILS 25 left. ILS 25 left, yes, that's it. Looks like we go to Seaview and then on inbound. Enjoy some of this view here, huh? Yeah, so what are we going up to? 26,000? We'll see if we can't get above this cloud deck. Maybe we'll go up a little bit higher if needed. Kind of want to see what it looks like. Little funky ortho right there. And you can see those kind of lines when you sort of move around. You can't really tell they're there until you actually move your view around, which isn't bad. And that's a thing with X-Plane. Like I said, I had that in the latest version of Ultra Weather, and he put out a fix. The developer did for it. It has to do with the shadowing effect that you see. You know, see light spots here. To do with something having to do with that. But this one's not too bad. I probably wouldn't even notice it unless you were looking for it. Alright, we're well above 18,000. Let's go ahead and go standard atmosphere here. See if we can't get up above these clouds. Like I say, we're going to be in the clouds anyway, so we'll just go to 26. We'll see how that does. In fact, we're kind of bouncing around here a little bit, so what I'm going to do is just go to vertical speed hold. Right. And I'm going to hit auto throttle. We'll go up to 265. Because we are going to get into some clouds, at least going forward here. Kind of nice to have something to look at other than just the tops of the clouds. But don't worry, we will get that. I promise you. Going into LA. Like I said, we had a cold front go through, and it rained this morning, and now it is sunny, partly cloudy, and really windy outside. And you know what, before we jump in the clouds here, I do want to play with the time a little bit. We're going to leave it at the default time for the flight, but I do want to see what it looks like if we just screw around with the time. So I'm going to go over to manual time here, and start making the sun go down. And let's look forward. See the shadows moving, that's me, as I bring the clock forward. Still got that cloud deck up above us. There we go. Oh, look at that. Tell me that doesn't look neat. See this clouds breaking up. See the sky up above them. look back at Phoenix here, see if we see anything. So that is what Xvision does for you. And you can really tell during the sunset, sunrise here. See, this is what it looks like, all dark. Right, obviously, very dark. Start bringing the sun back up. Alright, let's go back to real time. There we go. Yeah, the shaders really make the mountains and everything just pop. I mean, look at that. That looks freaking awesome. Alright, looks like we're going to be popping into this cloud deck here any minute. We are almost up to our altitude, 26. Let's see if we can stay on top of the clouds once we get up there. Looks like we might just be skimming the top of them here at 26. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit of a bumpy ride today. We are only making 355 on the ground speed. We have a crosswind component of 53 knots. It's crazy. Look at that, that looks awesome. Love how you get the hole right there. I mean, that just looks great. And the coloring and everything, the way the shaders are being done by that solution there, is perfect. Definitely realistic. Look at that with the mountains down below there. That's gorgeous. Our clouds redrawn. Alright, we are on our way for 29 pounds here. Let's take a look at the sectional chart. Bring up the LA sectional, see if we're on it yet. It's coming up. Here we are. Tell you what, I'm gonna take my break right now. Looks like we're all smooth sailing here. Line up a nice view here, right between the clouds. Make sure everything is set right here at 265. All the throttles on. And yeah, we'll hold here at 26,000 feet. Perfect. Alright guys, enjoy the view and the tunes here for a minute or two. I will be right back. In the cockpit, topped off my tea today. You see that we're still in between these two cloud decks. See where we're at. Just coming on to the section chart here. And what that little airport was down there, looked like some little facility. Don't see anything here. Probably an old, World War II training base. So you can see it over here, down below the clouds. Yep. Let's jump outside real quick. Where's that sucker? See our rotating clouds. There's the airport right there. Yeah, it looks like an old abandoned World War II base. And hoping at some point we get a decent fly through the clouds kind of thing, instead of the clouds kind of rotating around your position like that. Just gorgeous looking. Look at that. Pop in the airplane while we're losing any kind of ground contact here. That's it right there. Yep. Let's see where we're at. Get some stuff set up for the arrival into LAX. Let's take a look at waypoint runway, and we're going to be doing 25 left, select 25 left, set nav 1, and the OBS for that, and ATIS, set the ATIS right now. We'll pick up the ATIS once we get closer in. Still got a little ways to go. We got 178 miles to go there. Picked up a little tailwind there when the wind shifted or something there. Throttle's backed off all the way. And they're back up to 100%. I've got it set for 265. This plane doesn't do a very good job of maintaining maintaining your airspeed. I mean, it does okay, but it's not the greatest thing. So you always got to kind of keep an eye on that. What's our frame rate here? 27, 28, not bad. Not bad, considering. Now, if you notice, up here in a little corner, I don't have the FPS wizard, whatever it's called there. I removed that plugin or disabled it, just because I wanted to see if it made any difference in some of those quirks. Where some of the clouds and stuff were kind of popping in and out. I was getting a lot more sort of abrupt changes, kind of like that. But I think we just kind of popped out of the top there. But much more, or at least I was seeing that quite a bit more. So yeah, I can tell my frame rates here dropped off. Let's see what they're at right now. Yeah, 20. We'll see them popping back up. But in cruise here, like this, at top of the clouds, yeah, 20 is kind of minimum. I wouldn't want to see it drop below that. And usually it's because stuff is loading in. You can see we're starting to pop back up. Just looking at AviTab's FPS display there. But we are in the clear, at the moment at least. Yeah, frame rate's still a little jittery here. And actually, while I'm at it, let me take a look at my plugins and make sure. I usually disable X-Flight. I have that, I never use it, and it definitely takes a hit on the frame rate, so I usually just disable it. So I think in it, right here in this sort of situation where we're on top of the clouds but low to the clouds, so it's drawing in quite a bit of them. This is where that FPS utility would probably help, because I usually never see below 30 if I'm running that. But it's the way it works is the best I understand it. It changes some of the variables, so it changes the cloud size, the cloud puffs, the draw distance of the horizon, the draw distance of the clouds, and things like that in order to maintain a given frame rate, whatever you set. I just happen to set it at 30 because I found that it could maintain 30 pretty much all the time without really reducing anything visibly outside that I could tell. But obviously this is an instance where I would probably want to have it. Just coming up to our churn here at close to 29 palms. So while we hit this turn, let's pop back here, take a look at our airports. Probably way off here. Where are we? That's the approach. There we are. And we're going to Monroe right now, so we're heading Mulder to Monroe, which is kind of weird. And this is showing us already at Mulder. Little quirk there, right? This is showing us just past Mulder. And this is a different one, heading for about 10 miles out of Monroe. but then again, you got to remember this little part right here. Yeah, that's what it is. So the outside part here is not to scale. That's what it is. That's why it's not quite showing us the correct position relative to the waypoints here. So we're actually right here, heading towards Monroe. Once this part of the map is actually to scale, so that's why it says not to scale. That's it. And let's just take a look at our altitudes here. So at Hollywood, got to be below 32,000. At Baroon, above 24. We're at 26. We're basically maintain 26 until Baroon. Hollywood Baroon, that's right there. And then we'll descend down to 24,000 here to maintain that altitude at Avatar. And we'll probably just set one of the forward ones, which is usually the way it works out. So once we start our descent, we'll just start a descent. Maybe just set 17,000 and regulate our rate of descent so that we get at day right at 17,000 feet. Looks like our FPS picked up a little bit. What is it? At 24. Looking nice. Get back in the cockpit here. And, let's see. What did we say? We're going to descend after Avatar. No, sorry, after Brood. Which is about 20-ish plus out. So let's just get set up for that. So Avatar, we got to be between 19 and 24, but we're going to actually set, so I can see day. I can't quite see it in there. A little cluttered right now. There's day right there. So we will set day altitude, which is 17,000. Let's go ahead and bring that down. As a matter of fact, I'll just punch it in. 17,000. Just set a 1,200, whatever, foot per minute rated descent here, and we'll see what that gets us once we get past Baroon here. Looks like we're just starting to get into some of these clouds. Man, that headwind is killing us. Pretty much like an 80 knot headwind. We're only going 323 across the ground. Yeah, we may have to do some in-flight refueling because we're getting low. Should have topped it off even more. I didn't expect such a headwind here. Let's go ahead and do that right now. There we go. Look at that. Magic of flight simming. We're coming up to Brune here. That's the way you say it. And we'll start our descent down at 17,000. Now, normally what I would do is kind of take 5 knots off of the airspeed hold here, but since we got such a big headwind here, I'm going to just leave it and see what happens. I found that this plane tends to get a little finicky as soon as you get above, excuse me, as soon as you get above like, I don't know, 270 or something, maybe 275. Although I've found it kind of acts differently at times, so we'll see. Alright, there's Brune. Let's go ahead and let's zoom out so we can see day, which is, let's see, it's Avatar. What happened to day? Brune Avatar. And day, beyond it, there it is, just coming into view. Alright. We'll go ahead and click vertical speed. Let's see where a little blue line shows up here. Go down a little bit quicker here. We'll get that blue line right at day here. Trying to let the engine sort of spool down here. We're getting close. Remember, we only got to be above 17,000, so I think we'll do 2,200. We just got to be below 24, which we are at Avatar here, and above 17. So actually, I'm just going to bump this up to 2,000. And then Was Up is next, which has got 15,000 as a restriction, and then Nelly. And usually what I do is I just kind of eyeball in here, so zoom in a little bit here as the clouds update. So I've got to be above 14,000 at Nelly. So what I'm going to do is actually just going to go set our altitude to 14,000. And you can see right there, we can actually decrease our rate of descent here. just so we're just past Nelly. Day, what's up with Nelly? And then Seaview, want to be between 12 and 14,000. It looks like we're going to be going down into the clouds here. Like I said, I'm looking out my window. We got scattered to broken clouds. Really scattered though. Just barely broken in Southern California. So we'll see how that how the weather works out here in X-Plane. And then let's go ahead and pull up our approach. There we are. Look at that, coming into our approach here. Start looking at that. And let's see what we got. Crane, which is right here. Once we get past Seaview, there we are. Come over to Seaview and then Crane. Let's see if we got a speed restriction, max 270. Alright, we're good there. And then at Crane, I want to beat around 10,000. Let's just take a look at our plan here. What's up, Nelly, Seaview, and see we don't even have Crane here. We go right to Honda. So we're actually going to be bypassing, or we're going to be flying through all this, and we go to Honda. So let's see what Honda is. Honda is 3,600 feet, so we'll probably just set 3,600 feet. And just keep on going all the way down to Honda. Now there's 18,000 feet coming up. See if we pick up the altimeter. If not, I'm going to take a look at my other screen. And the local altimeter over at Banning Municipal, 2977. So we'll go ahead and set that. Looks like our frame rate is back up. Yep, 29. And let's see, let's go back here, we'll take a look at Seaview. What's our altitude at Seaview? 12,000, so let's just set 12,000. And descend 12,000 to Seaview. Bump that up a little bit. Again, I'm looking at the little blue line right there. It's showing us at what point we will reach 12,000 feet. Adjusting our descent here so we get our altitude just beyond it. That way we can keep on descending straight down to Honda at 3,600 feet. I'm starting to see some ground down there through the holes on that end. Still clear sky above us. We are into the LA basin here, that's for sure. Alright, below 14,000, that's good. Above 12,000 here at sea view, so that should be perfect. And let's come over here, and then we're going to keep on going down. And like I said, we're bypassing all of these. We're actually going directly sea view, cutting across this way, right to Honda. So we're going to go ahead and set Honda at 3600.
Information Kilo. 2100 Zulu weather. Wind shear alert. Wind 250 F17 variable 230 to 260 gust 30. Visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 34,000 overcast. Temperature 19, dew point 9. Altimeter 2988. Arriving runways 25 right, 24 left, 25 left, 24 right. Departing runways 25 right, 24 left.
Alright, good enough. That wind shear alert. This is going to be fun. Told you it was going to be nice coming into LAX. It'll be a little bit interesting. Alright, here we go. We are on our way to Honda. And so, coming up to 12,000 feet, let's crank that down a little bit. We're going to go all the way down to 3,600. At Honda, perfect. You can see that that rate of descent pretty much just takes us right there. Keep our speed up until 10,000 feet. Look at that. It's gorgeous, huh? Start seeing through these clouds. See if we start popping out of the clouds here. There we go. Just over Chino Hills here. Alright, below 10,000, let's go ahead and slow ourselves down at 250. And as our airspeed slows up, we're going to have to adjust our rate of descent here too. We're going to have to increase it a bit. Looking out over Pomona. Clouds darkening up here. Looks like it's getting a little bit hazy. I guess that's the one thing that I think it's an X-plane thing. You see kind of changes like that, very drastic, or somewhat drastic, where all of a sudden the clouds kind of change color. Especially when you're obviously when you're descending below the clouds and whatnot. How's our wind here? 25, pretty steady. Alright, there's 250. And here come the bumps. Let's see where we're at. Heading for Honda. And then Lima is our next intersection right there. And I think that's where we pick up the ILS at 1900 feet. So Honda to Lima. We can actually go ahead and we'll set 1900 right now. Okay, you can see that line's right at Lima. Starting to see LAX off in the haze there. Alright, so what we will do here is, let's go ahead and kill the music. And turn our sound up. Put the interior sound up too here, since we're almost landing here. Keep our speed up at 250 here. Since we got the wind shear and kind of gusty winds here, we're probably going to come in a little bit faster than normal. We'll try to maintain somewhere around 115 on the approach. Contrails coming off of the wingtips. Yep, that's my ortho mismatch right there. Don't worry about that. This one square to the north is just not matched up correctly, and you really see it like right there. Making our final turn here for Honda, and 19,000 to Lima right here. We're going to bring the speed back here to 230. Start getting this slowed down a little bit. Not too much. I don't want to create a traffic jam here flying 100 knots on the approach to LAX. It's definitely overcast here at LA. I'm just a little bit inland from LA in real life, and like I said, it's broken out over at my house. Scattered to broken even. It's going to be a bumpy approach. Alright, as soon as we make our turn here for Honda, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the localizer. As a matter of fact, I can probably do that now. I'm just going to go heading hold right now. So click on heading hold. Switch this over to the localizer right here. We've already picked it up, so I'm just going to go hit approach. You can see our speed is bumping up and down here quite a bit. And we'll maintain 1900 if we don't pick up the glide slope beforehand here. Ooh, it is really bumpy here. Let's go ahead and get slowed down here. Let's go to 150. And actually I'm going to go ahead and take off the auto throttles. Bring the throttle back here, so the throttle's mine. Start slowing her down. There's 1900. Okay, landing lights on. Waiting for the glide slope to come in. And glide slope starting to come down. Right here. This is Bumpy. Here we go. Alright, glide slope is captured. Let's power back a little bit, gear down, and first notch of flaps. Boy, I hope I don't screw this landing up, huh? Yeah, he's not a fun day to fly into LAX today. Hope you're not visiting anytime in the next few hours. See what we see. We already passed downtown LA out in the distance there. There we're 5.4 miles out. I'll take a last swig of my tea before we do this landing. Alright, yaw dampener is going to come off. This thing is all over the place. Wow. Still got the autopilot flying it. Keeping the speed up there a little bit. Look at it's jumping all around. I'm trying to maintain like 120. Alright, go full flaps here. See how the autopilot does here. Otherwise we'll take over. And at least the wind is right down the runway here. As a matter of fact, we will take over right now. So my airplane. Look at that. Autopilot off. Flight director off. Oh, this is a good bumpy ride. That autopilot was doing a pretty good job.
400.
My oh my.
300.
Not that low, come on. Okay, now, like I said, I'm going to try to keep the speed up here a little bit. Just because of this crazy ass wind shear. Let's see if I can get it down onto the runway. Oh, don't do that to me right there. Alright, solid landing there. Flaps up. Ooh, that was fun. Well guys, welcome to LAX. Hope you enjoyed the bumpy arrival there. Landing lights off. We will definitely have to do a replay of that one. In fact, we're going to park right over here next to some of these corporate jets at Singapore Air Cargo. Actually, we're going to Standard Aero right here. That's where we're going. I have no clue what the heck that is, but this is the cargo slash G8 section of LAX. We're just gonna park it right here. hop into the replay from here. All right, parking brake on, and let me get set up here. Come on. Promise we'll get into there in a second. There we go. Alright, let's see. Let's do replay here. Flight replay. I forgot how to toggle my replay. That's how long it's been since I've been playing around. Next replay. Where is it? Flight. Toggle replay. Alt-R. Okay, cool. We'll start from there. Bring that sound down just a tad. Alright, what do we want to look at? Let's look at that one. The gear coming down. There we go. We'll do this one here. Well guys, smash down the like button and subscribe if you're new. I'm going to fast forward here a little bit so we're not waiting around for this entire approach. And yeah, subscribe if you're new, and hope you enjoy some of the X-Plane 11 videos I have here. That was an interesting approach. I told you that I was borderline like thinking about going around as soon as I clicked off the autopilot. But the good old 550 Eclipse here pretty much stabilized well enough. Do a runway end view after this. No buttery landings with this one, just want to get it on the ground. Here's our runway end view here. Come on. There's one of these. Oh, there's a tower view anyway. Let's back it up and do one more. It's a pretty sketchy approach. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that. Until next time, take care.